Alright folks, so I'm going to show you a little bit of the creative process behind creating a bored at work comic. So I've already titled this one Illuminati, and well, you know, let's start from scratch. So there we go. So we have our nice template. I've already put the title in there. We won't redo that because that's boring. But so the joke for this one is going to be something about the Illuminati. For these, I don't usually script them out in advance, although sometimes I do. But I'll just take an idea and I will muck around with it. So I normally start with a couple of eyes, and that's a bad head. So this guy's going to be talking. This guy's going to be unsure. They're actually a little bit lower than I'd like them. Now you'll notice, by the way, that this is done in Paint XP. This computer is running Windows 7, but there is the old Paint still exists. I don't like it though. My problem with it is that, like, for the brush lines, it ends up making them a little bit fancy. If you zoom in here, you can see that they're got little grayed edges and whatnot, which is fine, but I prefer that harsh, straight black that this gives you. It feels more like the kind of drawings I used to do as a kid. So you'll be looking there. This is not going particularly well. This is an argument. And in fact, let's move this whole guy over a little bit. I've decided that this guy's actually going to be responding. So let's change his mouth. Oh yeah? And he'll have his arms crossed. Good, they're about the same height, the same thickness. These aren't stickmen that exist in different worlds. Zoom back, yeah, that looks pretty good. This guy would be saying, the Illuminati control everything that we say and do. Oh yeah? Alright, so I know what I want my last beat to be, but I don't know what the middle beat should be. So let's draw the last beat, and watching this video will be highly unentertaining in terms of seeing how this whole thing pans out. So you'll get the punchline first. Now, okay, so I'm going to draw some members of the Illuminati right now. So should I draw them just as normal dudes, or should they have, like, let's experiment. So we'll draw a dude with a beard. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, the Illuminati are supposed to be the non-deformed secret leaders of the world. So, got a beard, and yeah, okay, you know, since we're going that route, this guy will have a mustache. I can do a better mustache than that. Oh wow, it's getting worse. Give myself a little bit of room to. Whew. I'm not going to go back and change it unless I really hate it. These guys probably need a little bit. Well, here, let's... The nice thing about this drawing style is that it's pretty easy to undo any mistakes that I make. And as Bob Ross would say, there's no mistakes. Just gotta own up to that shit. Well, Mr. Ross, I'm trying. But sometimes my drawings look crappier. See, I kind of like those, like, doughy arms. Sometimes they just end up being a little bit saggy. This guy's got saggy arms right now. See, his beard is getting in the way. Let's try to recreate that sort of more balloonish. Actually, the arm will cover up the beard, so slightly better. And the idea is that these Illuminati folks are playing dolls with these guys. Now, symbols of the Illuminati. Include, you got these, you know, eyes in pyramids. So, to really hammer this home, not in Paint XP, don't save. I'm going to give these guys little eyes in pyramid badges, and hopefully they'll be big enough. Now, for finer work like this, this is where I tend to use the pencil or the line tools. I'm starting to feel like this joke may not be nearly as funny or as accessible as I originally hoped it would be, but you know, such is life. Put an eye in the middle there. Oh, this is awful. So in case you were wondering if I used a Wacom tablet, I don't. I just use a mouse, which mostly does what I want it to do. I thank God for optical mice. In the days before that, this whole process would have been very crappy. Crappier, at least. So, that look like a pyramid with an eye in it? That one looks better than this one does. Let's try to fix that up. Okay, he's getting there. It's a little bit fatter on that end. Another thing I like about the old paint is that, you know, you don't have to worry about rasterizing the edges or any of that ridiculous crap. It just does it. So, there are two Illuminati members here. They're going to be using these guys. So, for the sake of maintaining some consistency, we're gonna bring over here. Well, they will end up being over there, but put them like that. Let's see how that looks zoomed out. Tell us the same two guys. This actually looks a lot better than I had originally intended it to look. So that's happy. I'll have to separate them just a little bit more. And put them about there. That looks good. Okay, so we'll erase that part and that part, and let's clean up the lines here a little bit so they look a little bit more. I don't know why their eyes get bigger when you zoom away, but they do. Let's fill in. And of course, that's not quite right. Sure, we'll have that going to something off screen. Just dog or something. And now, if I really wanted to pound the punchline home, I would have, you know, like secret Illuminati headquarters or something. Not quite right. Now, you want to be really economical about where you put your lines, just to make sure that you're not fucking up everything. Maybe I should have put them in robes or something like that, but this comic's taking too long anyway. Which is just to show you how great my work ethic is, that, you know, spending 5 minutes on a comic is way too much. So, okay, the Illuminati control everything that we say and do. Oh, yeah? Doesn't really look like legs, does it? You know what? Let's go back and change this over here. Because when I draw them kind of pudgy like that. Very important to have the comic borders intact. Thickness. No, it's not. Oh, whatever, it'll do. Make that a little bit higher, so something like that. Yeah. Yeah. The nice thing about just doing black and white is that that works as a forced perspective. So, not what I intended. And then I'll just clean this shit up. There we go. So now we don't have crappy legs anymore. Let's hammer the point home just a little bit more. Actually, I could use this. Perfect. Much better to actually use the tools in the way that they were intended than to try to fake it. That's not working. It's a very small circle, so that'll do. fill that in. Ooh. Maybe give him a little bit of this. Okay, so my hope is that people who are not familiar with the whole Illuminati thing, that don't know the Illuminati symbology and all that, they will be able to pick up on it. So, formerly we had these guys here. Can't reduce the size of Courier. Let's see what happens if I put it to 9. Something a little bit funnier. Or rather, something that some conspiracy theorists would actually say. You're blind to the truth. And can I make that smaller? No. If I switch to Courier New. Yeah, okay. Courier New will let me go smaller. Because I think it's funny that the Illuminati would say this. Whatever, man. Okay, so just do a little bit of final positioning here. You're just blind to the truth. Whatever, man. And this comic is being built to fill in part of the rollout here, so you can see. Depending on when I post this video, comics that are yet to come. You'll notice there's a gap in between Mr. Can't Make ... and Colorblind, because that is going to be something else. So I got 17, 18, so this will be 18 Illuminati. And actually the first thing I'm going to do is go here and save it as the fanciest bitmap available, because I like to have the original bitmap version of them around in case I decide to do anything else with them, and I don't want to have to go through and redraw, because these things tend to get all fucked up. And oh, I am actually opening instead of saving. But they tend to get a bit fucked up when you turn them into JPEGs, which is, I think it's just Paint that does that. I mean, other things will have artifacts, but Paint is particularly bad for it. So now that I've saved it, if we use our handy zoom feature again, you can see all this gray shit that has come into existence. Not a big fan of it. I'm sure there's a better way to deal with it, but I'm not familiar with what that might be. So let's have a look at what we got. The Illuminati control everything that we say and do. Oh yeah? Oh. Totally. You're just being a sheep led to the slaughter. I'm unconvinced. You're just blind to the truth. Whatever, man. Because the Illuminati are controlling them. Yeah, maybe not as funny as I'd intended. Anyway, that is what we got there. I was just checking on the recording. If you enjoyed watching the creative process, then, you know, let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, well, that's cool. Whatever, man. And, yeah, this is how Bored at Work comics get made. When I sit down to write, I'll, you know, pound out a bunch of these. So, here's just one. Illuminati. You saw it. And now it's not funny anymore.